Hey guys, Spiderbite here, and I wanted to go back to the story from the guard that narrated to us while we were completing the Easter egg. Obviously, at the time, we didn't have time to really listen to it and think about it, but I think this storyline's pretty awesome. I think what they've did here, incorporating this storyline from Alcatraz and these fictitious mobsters and their escape plan into this map is pretty epic. I know people have been complaining about the storyline and not necessarily liking it. I've seen a few comments, but I think it's great. I think what they've done here, it's a cool sub-map. I think there are still tie-ins to our regular maps and the regular storyline, but I really enjoyed what they've done here. And, you know, it's not done yet, but let's take a listen and we'll talk a little bit about it at the end. We're going to listen through the entire audio logs from one of the former guards here at Alcatraz.
So you want to know the truth?
My name is Stanley Ferguson. I was a guard at Alcatraz from 1933 to 1942. Today, I'm going to give you some insight into one of the more interesting tales from the prison's history. Over the decades, Alcatraz has seen more than its fair share of daring escape attempts. However, few were as audacious as the one undertaken by 4 inmates on New Year's Eve, 1933. Thought to be the brainchild of an inmate by the name of Albert Arlington, the outrageous scheme was as unlikely as its mastermind. It's believed that Arlington, aka the Weasel, somehow convinced 3 other inmates that he had devised a foolproof plan to escape the rock. It was a plan that would see them literally taking to the skies on a makeshift aircraft of Arlington's own design. Just how the Weasel managed to convince these hardened criminals that such a plan was even possible remains a mystery to this day. What is known is that no such plane was ever built. Instead, the group's plans for freedom soon descended into bitter argument and infighting. With the plan falling apart, anger and frustration would ultimately lead to a brutal altercation between the misguided Arlington and his former co-conspirators. Armed only with makeshift weapons, Finn O'Leary, Sal DeLuca, and Billy Hanson lured the unsuspecting Arlington to the roof, where they intended to exact a bloody and violent revenge. And so it was here, beneath the dark and stormy winter skies, that the hapless Arlington met his grisly end, bleeding to death on the cold concrete roof. For their participation in the murder, the 3 collaborators were sent to death by electric chair. Justice came swiftly. On the morning of January 19th, 1934, the execution order was carried out.
So yeah, I think that's pretty awesome. I mean, telling that tale, and we're reliving the tale. We're reliving that escape plan as though we actually escaped. I mean, we know from the tale that the guard told that they killed Arlington. The 3 other players ganged up, or cellmates, or whatever you want to call them, ganged up on Arlington and killed him on the roof. And there's a blood trail on the roof that leads into that little cabin, or from that shed on the roof into that. There's a boxed up area right beside the location where you build the plane. But yeah, so reliving it, it's like a Groundhog Day. We keep reliving it, and the Pop Goes the Weasel is the end of that, of reliving that cycle. Now, even though we completed it where we killed Arlington again, and we had that text come up, I mean, you get the achievement, right? Pop Goes the Weasel, break the cycle, but it says the cycle continues, and the only reason it says the cycle continues, and all it is just text, is because we killed Arlington again. I mean, we are still putting an end to this Groundhog Day, because obviously the tale you know, as told, we didn't leave the roof of Alcatraz. He was killed up on the roof. Even though in the game we are traveling to the Golden Gate Bridge, going onto the electric chairs, and reliving that you know, that date, January 19th, 1934, where we were electrocuted, and then we went back, and see, there's the achievement. So the cycle continues. Now, for those of you who have the Weasel kills the other 3 players, you'll get the cycle is broken or something like that. But it doesn't make any difference. The game ends, you still get the achievement. It's just that you're breaking the cycle where Arlington has gotten his revenge on the 3 cellmates by killing them instead. So like I said, I still think it's a pretty cool Easter egg. It's a pretty cool story and incorporation of a story into a map like this on Mob of the Dead, and I certainly appreciate it. And, you know, we're not done. There's more. There's more stuff to take a look at and figure out. So we're going to stay on top of it, and we'll get back to you. What do you guys think about the story, though? Let me know your opinion on the tale that the guard told just then, and what you think about it. And, you know, did you guys enjoy it? Those of you who played through and finished the Easter egg and, you know, actually listened to the audio and listened to the story and how it interrelates back into the map. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Leave a comment. I'm Spider, and I'm out.